Good afternoon, YouTubers. It's Ben here from Southeast Queensland Storms, back with you for another Southeast Queensland weather update. And yes, the rain and thunderstorms are on the way, and your weather update starts now. And good afternoon, Southeast Queenslanders. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this Wednesday, the 3rd of March 2024, and your afternoon Southeast Queensland weather update. And yes, the rain and thunderstorms are on the way for southern, central, southeastern Queensland, starting through tomorrow and continuing through until this weekend. So some wet weather on the way in the form of rain, showers, thunderstorms, and we'll have all the details very shortly for you all. Firstly, if you like the forecast videos that we've been producing on our channel over the last week or so, and you like the other content that we're posting, then click that subscribe button here and subscribe to us on YouTube. And if you look at the top and bottom of your video screen, you'll also see our social media contact details or handles on our Twitter, Facebook and Instagram accounts. So we're on all major social media platforms, and if you're there too, then give us a like or a subscribe. That way you have all the latest weather information for Southeast Queensland at your fingertips. So let's get into your rain and thunderstorm update for this afternoon. And firstly, we're taking a look at water vapor satellite imagery this afternoon, and the reason we're looking at this particular imagery is we're just watching this upper level trough here that you can see on your screen just here. This upper level trough just here, currently making its way through the Great Australian Bight and into the southern parts of South Australia. Now, the reason that we're interested in this upper level trough is because over the coming hours as we move into tomorrow, that upper level trough is expected to cut off into a cut-off low. But also, we're watching this upper level trough as it's going to aid or assist in the development of rain and thunderstorms through central, southern, southeastern Queensland. So understand, over the next couple of days, we have two levels of weather dynamics or weather patterns in play. We have dynamics working in the upper levels of the atmosphere, and we also have dynamics working in the lower levels of the atmosphere towards the surface. So both the lower and upper level systems working together to generate rain, showers and thunderstorms all through central, southern, southeastern Queensland over the next couple of days, starting tomorrow as we move through into this weekend. So we're going to start with the upper level dynamics. And as I said, we're watching this upper level trough currently moving into the southern parts of South Australia through the Great Australian Bight. And you may ask yourself, well, what does this upper level trough have to do with weather in Queensland if it's near South Australia? So, as I said, we're watching over the coming hours as we move into tomorrow. This trough, it will quite quickly make its way up. It's almost on the charge, if you like, and it will make its way up into northern New South Wales before looking to cut off into that cut-off low. And I'll explain what a cut-off low is shortly. But as that upper level trough continues to move, what we're watching is the eastern side of that upper level trough, because on the eastern side, that is where we're going to see the development of rain, showers and thunderstorms through central, southern, southeastern Queensland. So the eastern side of this upper level trough which is where we're watching again the upper level trough, the cut-off low, the system working in the upper levels of the atmosphere to help generate this wet weather. And as I said, just remember, there is some dynamics at play down in the lower levels of the atmosphere towards the surface as well. So let's take a look at this upper trough and this cut-off low. So we're jumping onto our weather charts on Met Centre, and we're also looking at the wind patterns, or the wind, or the jet streams, or the wind flow, whatever you'd like to call it. This is at about the 300 millibar level, and this is about 30,000 feet above the surface. So 30,000 feet up, we are into the upper levels of the atmosphere, and we're looking at this upper level trough just here. Here it is just here. So this is as of 7 o'clock this evening. We can see that upper level trough starting to make its way in through South Australia, and as we roll out to 10 o'clock tonight, again, we can see that upper level trough. Here it is here, marching across northern, eastern, northeastern South Australia. And as we go into 4 o'clock tomorrow, Thursday the 4th of April, we start to see, again, the trough. And then it's obviously, once it starts to take on that northerly tilt, takes on a bit of a northerly tilt. And this is where we see it start to develop into a cut-off low. It's starting to break away or cut itself off. Now remember, in the southern hemisphere, low pressure systems rotate in a clockwise direction and high pressure systems rotate anti-clockwise. So we can see this system here beginning to rotate in a clockwise motion, which indicates the development of a low pressure system. But because it's up in the upper levels of the atmosphere, it's starting to break off into a cut-off low. But again, remember, we're watching the eastern side of the upper level trough and the cut-off low, which is where the rain and thunderstorms will be. So as we roll into 7 o'clock tomorrow night, we roll into 10 o'clock on Thursday night, 1 a.m. Friday. Again, here we can now see the cut-off low establishing itself over northwestern, northern, western New South Wales. Now, you may ask yourself, well, what is a cut-off low? A cut-off low is very simple. It's a system with a cold core and has a strong pool of cold air associated with it, and it develops from the westerly polar winds as they move towards the east. So up from Antarctica, we see the westerly polar winds make their way up towards the east, and then occasionally we see a big pool of cold air breaks away from that flow, or it's cut off from that westerly to easterly flow. And then cut-off lows, they also have strong pools of cold air associated with them, and again they're usually associated in the upper levels of the atmosphere. So if we switch over and take a look at the next chart, this is the temperature charts at that 300 level. So again, 30,000 feet up, and we've overlaid the 300 level winds as well. So you can see there is our upper low there, and you can see that really strong pool of cold air that it has with that low pressure system as well. And again, remember, we're watching to the eastern side, which is where the rain and thunderstorms will be, on that eastern side of that upper trough, that cut-off low system. Again, this is in the upper levels of the atmosphere as well. So we see that cut-off low really slowly makes its way across New South Wales as we go through into Friday. This is 1 o'clock this Friday afternoon, 4 o'clock. And again, that upper trough seeing the results and the thunderstorm rain development and potential for heavy rainfall across southeastern Queensland as we go through Thursday, Friday as well. And as again on your screen you can see, here's this cut-off low really just kind of loitering over the northern parts of New South Wales before it finally decides, as we get into Saturday, to start making a move down towards the southeastern parts of New South Wales. But again, that's outside our coverage zone, so we're not really going to expand on that as well. But the key things you need to take away from here is that this upper level system is going to impact and have a bit of a say in terms of our wet weather starting from tomorrow through till this weekend. And if we jump over to current radar now, so what's happening this afternoon? Okay, so again, we do have some dynamics in play down in the lower levels of the atmosphere as well. So what do we have this afternoon? So we're still watching a surface trough. So now we're coming down to the lower levels of the atmosphere in towards the surface, and we're going to see the development of this surface trough through the interior of the state. So the surface trough is continuing towards southern and southeastern Queensland this afternoon. And if we start playing through our radar imagery, we can already see this is the radar across the state. We can really see at the moment a big band of isolated showers right through to some thunderstorm development to the east of Charleville. And we'll zoom in and take a closer look. But we can see this really big band of rain and convection thunderstorm activity already across the state. And as we come in towards the Darling Downs Granite Belt, the southeast coast, we can already see some convection or some showers with some moderate rainfall already starting to occur. So we're watching this surface trough as it continues. The surface trough is likely to continue moving towards the east over the coming hours, but as we move into tomorrow, into Thursday and Friday, we see this trough slow down. We see the trough slow down, and it starts to just hang out, just chill its heels for a little bit, starts to loiter around the southern, southeastern, central parts of Queensland, and it just, while it sits here, develops wet weather. So that's what we're watching at the moment. So remember, that trough begins to slow down and remains across southern and southeastern Queensland over the next couple of days. And while it does so, it makes a nuisance of itself, triggering that wet weather for us right through tomorrow through till the weekend. So let's zoom in a little closer and take a look at the radar, what's going on. So, what we can see here, these little white lines or these little white dots on your screen is indicative of some convection, non-severe thunderstorm activity. So this is taking a look at the 512K radar, and if we zoom it in, we'll zoom it in and take a look at 160. So we can get some other areas. Actually, we'll come back a little bit to 192. And as we can see, some moderate to heavy rain with some convection thunderstorm activity currently around Toowoomba, up towards Oakey and out towards Pittsworth as well, this little area here. And we see that activity continuing to push towards the east. We've also got some activity down at Clifton, Cunningham's Gap, right down through to Rathdowney, Killarney, the Queensland-New South Wales border as well. So this is the area that we're looking at the moment, where we've got some non-severe thunderstorm activity currently occurring in this area: Killarney, Rathdowney, Cunningham's Gap, all up to Clifton, Toowoomba, Oakey, Pittsworth. And then we're also looking at some activity as well out towards Bell, and a little bit of activity starting towards Nanango as well. Going closer to the coast down towards Queensland, New South Wales border south of Springbrook. Again, we've got some light to moderate rainfall down there with some non-severe storm activity as well. So you can see already this afternoon the activity is starting to commence, and we'll only see it continue to expand over coverage areas across southern southeastern Queensland, only become a little bit more widespread as we move through the coming days. So the wet weather definitely on the way on the radar this afternoon. But just be reminded, there is no official severe thunderstorm warnings in effect from the Bureau of the Meteorology at this time. Let's take a look at temperatures now. So what have we got going on temperature-wise? Firstly, starting with our residents in the Southeast Coast District. We'll start up at the Sunshine Coast this afternoon. We've got 26 degrees at Tewantin. We've got 26 at Marcoola. It's 27 at Maroochydore. Coming further south, it's 27 at Woodford and Donnybrook. We've got 28 at Bongaree over near Bribie Island. It's 25 degrees on Moreton Island. 27 at Deception Bay. The Brisbane CBD, Brisbane metropolitan area, sitting on 27. Victoria Point on Brisbane's Bayside, 26. We've got 29 at Ipswich, and the same at Gatton. And then we've got 27 at Bow Desert. We have 26 at Surfers Paradise. And as we can see on radar, those areas of convection, non-severe storms making their way in towards the scenic rim at the moment, down to the south of Springbrook along the Queensland-New South Wales border, and then back up towards Toowoomba, Oakey as well. We've got some activity occurring there. So let's jump out to the Darling Downs Granite Belt and take a look. We've got 27 degrees at Warwick, it's 23 at Stanthorpe, it's 30 degrees at Gundawindi. We go further to the north, we've got 25 at Miles, 30 at Chinchilla, 29 at Dalby, and we've got Oakey sitting on 23 degrees, currently seeing some light to moderate rainfall, possibly bursts of heavy rainfall at Oakey, and we've got Toowoomba sitting on 24 degrees as well. Lastly, up to the Wide Bay Burnett District, 23 degrees at Kingaroy, it's 29 at Gympie, Tincan Bay sitting on 26, it's 28 at Maryborough, 27 Harvey Bay and Bundaberg both respectively, and 30 degrees at Gayndah. Let's take a look at the official Queensland state forecast that was issued by the professionals at the Bureau of Meteorology at 4:30 this afternoon. And again, the Bureau talking about in their weather situation today. We have a trough lying through the southern interior of Queensland, which extends into northern New South Wales, will become slow moving and deepen as we move into tomorrow, Thursday. And that's also in response to that upper level trough system that I was talking to you about, crossing and making its way across eastern Australia. So remember, we've got a trough at the surface. It's moving eastwards towards southern southeastern Queensland. It slows down tomorrow and into Friday. And then also we have that upper level system working in the upper levels of the atmosphere as well. So what's the result of those two systems? We see widespread showers and rain and thunderstorms developing as a result. And then as we move into the weekend, we see that trough at the surface begin to move towards the east coast and then push off our coast, taking the wet weather with it as we move into early next week. Alrighty, so your forecast for the remainder of today, Wednesday the 3rd, we see the Bureau talking about the chances of scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms extending into the Darling Downs and inland southeast Queensland areas. And again, jumping back, we can already see that activity occurring through the scenic rim, and we can see some moderate to real heavy rainfall now through Muggera and towards Corralbin as well. So we can already see that showers and potential thunderstorm activity already starting to develop. So that's well and truly on the way. So that's the forecast for the rest of today into tonight. So scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms extending into the Darling Downs and to inland areas of southeast Queensland. We could see the potential for severe thunderstorms with heavy rainfall through areas on the scenic rim and the southern Downs area. And if we jump back to the scenic rim, we can already see that yellow and red there. And I'll just zoom in. We can see the yellow and red here, and that's already indicative of some moderate to heavy rainfall associated with that convection, possible thunderstorm shower activity just there. So again, if you're on the scenic rim and the southern Downs, pay attention to the radar as we go through tonight and over the next couple of days. As we move into tomorrow, Thursday the 4th of April, we see showers becoming widespread, which could lead to rain at times with possible heavy rainfall through the Darling Downs, and we could also see isolated heavy rainfall with thunderstorm activity through the Gold Coast hinterland as early as tomorrow morning and through the border ranges as well. As we move into Friday, again we see showers still remaining widespread, extending to rain at times with possible heavy rainfall through the Darling Downs, the Maranoa Warrego district and also over towards the Gold Coast. And then we can also see scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms for the remaining eastern districts. As we go into Saturday, the 6th of April, by now the trough at the surface is already starting to move towards the east coast, but we see thunderstorm potential remain for southeastern Queensland over Saturday and Sunday of this weekend. So on Saturday the 6th, the Bureau of Meteorology talking about isolated thunderstorms for the Darling Downs, with showers remaining widespread, producing rain at times in southeastern Queensland, with possible heavy rainfall through the Gold Coast if a coastal trough develops, and we will stay across that to see what happens with that coastal trough as well. As we go into Sunday the 7th of April, we see isolated showers continuing with a chance of the thunderstorm through southeast Queensland, in particular through the southeast coastal areas as well. And then as we move into early next week, we start to see the weather clear off as that trough towards the surface also moves off. Our district by district forecast for our residents on the Darling Downs Granite Belt, the forecast for the rest of today: high chance of showers in the northern areas, medium chance elsewhere with the chance of a thunderstorm with some potential for heavy rainfall. And as we go into tomorrow, very high chance of showers with the chance of a storm. Again, that storm could possibly be severe with heavy rainfall, the primary threat. And it's a similar story on Friday the 5th, where we go very high chance of showers. Again, chance of thunderstorms with heavy rainfall, possibly in the southern areas. Again, heavy rainfall associated with severe thunderstorm activity. And then for Saturday, the 6th of April, still a high chance of showers with the chance of thunderstorms through the Darling Downs on Saturday. And then as we go into Sunday, we drop back to a medium of chance of showers, only a medium chance of showers on Sunday with the chance of a thunderstorm. Taking a look for our residents in the Southeast Coast District, forecast for the rest of tonight, we see a high chance of showers only in those inland areas, down like towards the Gold Coast hinterland, towards the scenic rim, Queensland, New South Wales border areas. We see medium chance of showers elsewhere, and again the chance of a thunderstorm with possible heavy rainfall in those inland areas. As we go into tomorrow, we now start jumping up into a very high chance of showers for the southeast coast, again with the chance of thunderstorms. Those thunderstorms could possibly be severe with the potential for heavy rainfall above the southern border ranges down towards the southern areas of the Queensland-New South Wales border. As we get into Friday the 5th, again high chance of showers with the chance of thunderstorms. As we get into Saturday the 6th of April, very high chance of showers, again with thunderstorm potential in the afternoon on Saturday, and it's the same on Sunday. High chance of showers, again chance of thunderstorm. The Wide Bay Burnett District for the rest of tonight, really you're not going to get in on the wet weather starting tonight. Only see the chance of a thunderstorm, mostly in the southern areas back towards the Sunshine Coast, and a slight chance of a shower in those southern areas as well. As we get into tomorrow, we start to see the rain increase with a high chance of showers from the late morning, and also the chance of a thunderstorm in inland areas. Into Friday, high chance of showers again with the chance of a thunderstorm. On Saturday the 6th of April and Sunday the 7th, again high chance of showers during the afternoon and evening hours with the chances of thunderstorms. So let's jump over and take a look on windy now, and just a reminder to all of you that the following forecast information I give you from this point of the video onwards is reflective of an amateur storm chaser only and not that of a professional qualified meteorologist. For all official forecast information, I urge you to visit the BOM at www.bom.gov.au/Queensland. So let's jump on to windy and take a look what we have here. This is the rain and thunderstorm chart starting from 4 o'clock this afternoon, and this is looking at the European model. And as we can see, the model picking up on some rain and storm activity through the southern Queensland, New South Wales border ranges areas down towards the Gold Coast hinterland, and we see thunderstorm potential extending back up through the Darling Downs into central Queensland. As we roll that out to 7 o'clock, we can see, remember this surface trough, is making its way in towards southern southeastern Queensland, and as it does moving in tomorrow, it starts to park itself. It becomes almost stationary and starts to park itself here for the next couple of days. And what do we see as a result? Well, we see a big band of rain and storms extending from central Queensland all down through southern Queensland into southeastern Queensland. So that's quite a big band, and as you watch it as we roll through the next couple of hours through tomorrow night, you can see that band of showers, rain and storms, all that activity. It's not really moving anywhere. It's not pushing towards the east coast, and it's not clearing. It's just loitering. That's because the trough at the surface is just hanging out. It's just loitering across our region as we go through tomorrow into Friday, and then as we get into the weekend, it starts to push off. But remember, it's working in combination with that upper level system as well. Now, some other things that we talk about here is we see a nice east to northeasterly flow as we come in through to Friday morning. we can see a nice northeasterly flow here making its way down into the Gold Coast areas from Brisbane down to the Gold Coast. So we could see the potential for heavy rainfall across the Gold Coast in that nice northeasterly flow. And remember, we're watching for the possible development for a coastal trough to develop as well, which may increase the rainfall potential in those areas as well. So as we see that inflow as well from the northeast, we also see the increasing of showers moving onshore as well. We see those showers increase as they move in that northeasterly easterly flow. So, and they're coming onto the coast as well. So again, we're rolling through Friday afternoon. Again, you can just see the rain and storms just does not leave the area, and it is quite widespread across southeast Queensland as we go through Saturday. Again, Saturday afternoon, oops, that's on to rainfall totals for the next couple of days. Sorry about that. We'll switch back to thunder. So this is 1 o'clock Saturday on our rain and thunderstorm chart, and as we can see again, possible heavy rainfall all down into the Gold Coast on Saturday afternoon associated with severe thunderstorm activity. And then again, areas possibly for thunderstorms across the scenic rim, Gold Coast hinterland, Brisbane's south side as well. Potential for some isolated showers, possible storms up in Brisbane's north as well. As we go through Saturday night, you can still see rain and storms still persisting across southeast Queensland into Saturday night. And then as we move into Sunday, as this trough is now finally decided it's going to start to move off to the east coast and take the wet weather with it. Again, Sunday morning we can see the potential for heavy rain through Brisbane's west, out towards the eastern side of the Darling Downs, down through the scenic rim. Again, rain and potential severe thunderstorm activity as well as we get into Sunday. And then as we roll it out Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and into Sunday night, into Monday, as that trough at the surface clears off the east coast, it takes all the wet weather with it, and then we see a clearance of the wet weather by early next week. So that's what we got in store for the next couple of days. And if we switch over and take a look at AI modelling as well, again here we look at the top 3 models in the world, the Fushi, the AFES and the GraphCast models. So let's see what they're saying in response to the traditional models that we've just looked at, like the Euro model, the Access model that the Bureau uses. So this is starting at 10 o'clock tonight, and we can see the Fushi model picking up on that rain band of showers, rain and storms through central, southern into southeastern Queensland. And you can see the Fushi model down towards southeastern Queensland, towards the Queensland-New South Wales border ranges. Pretty on the money at the moment if you look at it just there, picking up on that rainfall. And if we switch back to the radar, we can see there it is. There's the Queensland-New South Wales border there, and there's that pocket of that activity, again with the potential for some moderate to heavy rainfall around Coralbin and Muggera at the moment there towards the scenic rim. So again, the Fushi model picking up on that as we get into 10 o'clock this evening as well. So pretty accurate, the AI models, they're not too bad. So let's roll this out and take a look. As we go into 10 o'clock tomorrow and Thursday, we can see as that trough slows down, that surface trough slows down over southern southeastern Queensland and Park itself, we start to see widespread areas of rain and thunderstorms. As we move into 10 o'clock Friday, 4 o'clock Friday afternoon, again, areas of widespread rain and thunderstorm potential southeast Queensland. As we go into 10 o'clock Friday night into 4 a.m. Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Saturday morning, 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon, you can see showers, rain and storms still persisting. And it's the same as we get into Sunday, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You can see the Fushi model kind of has the trough clearing off a little bit quicker, but still having some showers and storm potential Sunday afternoon and into Sunday morning as well. That's on the Fushi model. Taking a look at the AFES model from the Euro, and again, 10 o'clock tonight, you can see the AFES model, like the Fushi's, picked up on the band of rain and storms. As we go into 4 o'clock tomorrow morning, Thursday, we'll see that trough slow down and decide to park itself when the model catches up. There it is. So, I'll just scoot that back. That's 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon when this loads. So I'll just give it a little bit. It may be having a bit of a sleep. So wake up, there it goes. So we'll bring it back to 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Again, you can see that band of rain and storms beginning to deepen. And we know it's deepening because that areas of pink represent some heavier rainfall. Probably at this, according to that model, 6 hourly rainfall totals of anywhere from 10 up to 50 millimetres. But just be reminded, Thunderstorm activity over the next couple of days due to very weak steering winds. Due to very weak steering winds, these storms will be slow moving, which means they can sit over particular areas for extended periods of time and deliver heavy rainfall. So just be mindful of that as well. But we can see as we go into tomorrow, Thursday, the trough deepens, the trough slows down at the surface. It hangs out in southern southeastern Queensland from Thursday into Friday, triggering areas of widespread rain and thunderstorms. As we go into 4 o'clock Friday afternoon, we can see that wet weather continues. As we go into 10 o'clock Friday, 10 o'clock Saturday morning, 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon, again, rain and storms persisting for southeastern Queensland. And as we get into 10 o'clock Sunday morning, again, potential for heavy rainfall through the Gold Coast, coastal areas there. Again, watching for development of a coastal trough. 4 o'clock Sunday afternoon, and then as we go into Monday, we can see that activity starting to clear. Lastly, we'll have a look at GraphCast. This is Google's version of AI weather forecast model, but again, very consistent with the Fushi and the AFES model, picking up on that band of rain and storms as we go into 10 o'clock tonight, 4 o'clock tomorrow morning again, GraphCast picking up on the trough, starting to slow down and starting to loiter, but also deepening, bringing heavier rainfall as we go into tomorrow through southern and parts of southeast Queensland. As we get into 10 o'clock tomorrow night, 4 a.m. Friday morning, 10 a.m. Friday morning, and 4 o'clock Friday afternoon, again, widespread areas of rain, showers and storms for southern southeastern Queensland. As we get into Friday night, into early Saturday morning, we can see that wet weather continues. 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon, 10 o'clock Saturday night, into 4 a.m. Sunday morning, and then 10 a.m. Sunday morning, 4 o'clock Sunday afternoon, and then as we go through Sunday night into Monday, the wet weather begins to clear southeast Queensland. So that's your weather update for this afternoon. So unfortunately, wet weather on the way starting from tomorrow right through till this weekend into early next week. But I will have another video update for you tomorrow, bringing you up to date with all the latest forecast information. But in the meantime, hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, click that subscribe button and subscribe to us on YouTube. But in the meantime, prepare for some wet weather if you're in central, southern, southeastern Queensland. Prepare for some wet weather in the form of some showers, rain and thunderstorms. And as always, I will keep you updated. But in the meantime, and as I always say, remain weather aware and weather prepared. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and take care.